Hey, this is Ben Ingram, and this is Riding with the Braves. So hop in. Let's see who else is riding with us today. What's up, man?
How's it going?
Let's go to the ballpark.
All right, let's
Very
go.
good. So I was reading up on you, obviously, and something I did not know. You went to 3 different colleges?
I did, yeah. I committed to Western Kentucky University my junior year, and then ended up having back surgery right before my senior year, so I didn't get to play my senior year of high school. So went through that, was rehabbing, went freshman year at Western. I didn't get cleared by the doctor in time for the season, so basically trying to get back onto the field, and then ended up getting very limited at bats that season. So then transferred to a junior college so that I could kind of get back into the swing of things. It had been 2 years really since I had played full time. So I went to a junior college in Florida and had a good year there. Got back into the swing of things, and then transferred back to University of Louisville, which is where I'm from.
That's home, okay.
Yeah, so that was it was a kind of a weird journey, but I always wanted to play for University of Louisville, and so kind of made its way back there.
I was reading about your debut in the big leagues. There was a no-hitter.
Yeah.
Your first game?
Yeah, so I got called up with San Francisco.
Right.
I get there in about probably the 4th or 5th inning, get my clothes on. By the time I get out there, it's the 7th inning probably, and so by that time I'm just shaking everybody's hands, not really knowing.
So you just walked in the dugout mid-game.
Yeah, it was it was one of those deals where I didn't get in time for the game, and I'm kind of just talking to everybody and glance up at the scoreboard, and I see a 0 in the hit column for San Diego, and I was like, oh man, this is pretty neat.
Yeah.
And then Timmy ended up finishing the game, and it was a pretty cool, I guess, not debut, but first day in the big leagues for me.
So you're there, and Lincecum throws a no-hitter your first day in the big leagues, and then in your first game, did you go deep?
I did, yeah. My third at bat, ended up hitting a home run to left field, and that was pretty cool. My family and friends were there, and
How do you top that?
man, it's hard.
Yeah.
Because it's you have so much adrenaline, and you don't know what to expect really when you're first coming up, and
they'd come from Kentucky?
yeah, they had gotten a flight. It was pretty cool, pretty special moment for me.
Your journey this year has been interesting, man, and I know that looking back on it, you can say you're proud of how you handled everything this year. Nobody wants to go to the minor leagues.
Yeah.
And from everyone that I've spoken with, they rave about how you said, okay, I'm going down there, I'm getting better, I'm going to get the job done. How do you do that? Because I'm sure it's got to be some moments where you're looking at yourself in the mirror thinking, am I going to make it back to the big leagues?
Yeah, it was, obviously when I first got the news, it wasn't a good day. It's just news you don't want to hear, especially on the last day of spring training, and so it was tough. It wasn't easy by any means, but I went home, kind of did some soul searching, and I really couldn't wait to get to the field the next day just to try to get better, because this game will humble you real quick. So there's always room for improvement, and there's always little things that you want to get better at. And, I knew what I was capable of and what was still in there, and it was just about bringing that out, and it was a blessing in disguise.
At what point do you think it clicked for you, where you thought, okay, this is what I needed to adjust, now I'm ready to be back to where I was?
I wouldn't say that it was immediate. There were quite a few things that I wanted to change, and that they kind of helped me with. And anytime you're making a change like that, it's going to be tough at first.
Right.
You just hope that in the long run, you'll have more room and more margin for success. And that was something that I was willing to deal with. I was willing to maybe not see results right away, but I wanted to try to create a fundamental swing. And I will say that there's still times where old habits creep back in, and you try to stay on top of it as best you can. And just try to be as fundamental as you can.
Do you try to repeat your like your swing? Are there elements that you're trying to repeat, similar to how a pitcher wants to repeat his delivery to the plate? Is it like that for a hitter?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things in the swing that are similar, no matter who the hitter.
Right.
So I think there's definitely things that you want to repeat, and there will be little minor tweaks, I think, throughout the season that will help you get to those spots in your swing, and that you may have to change slightly here and there. But for the most part, you would hope that a lot of things in your swing stay similar throughout the whole season.
That makes a lot of sense. Something just hit me to ask you, and you may have never done this before, but it's kind of a fascinating thing. Have you ever been so angry where you snapped the bat over your leg?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No, I haven't. It kind of worries me, because if you don't break it, number
you gotta
one,
be all in.
Yeah, you got to be all in. Number one, you're going to be embarrassed. Number two, it's probably going to hurt.
Yeah, it is.
So,
if there was someone that you're supremely confident could do that on this team, who would it be? Who do you think would be strong enough to just roll right through a bat like that?
Man, I don't know. Ozzy's pretty.
Ozzy's strong.
Yeah, he's compact and strong, and so he might be able to do it.
He might be able to. So, growing up in Louisville, were you a Reds fan? What team did you pull for?
I was a Derek Jeter fan.
Yeah.
So I watched the Yankees a little bit. So that was probably my favorite team growing up.
Yeah.
But honestly, I didn't watch too much baseball growing up. I was always playing it.
Right.
So, I had my idols and tried to imitate them as best I could. But
Jeter.
Yeah. Just the way he carried himself.
Right.
Especially in the spotlight in New York, and I felt like he was a pretty good role model.
Yeah. So if it's not for baseball, what do you think he'd be doing?
Well, probably somewhere along the lines of a financial advisor of some sort. I got my degree in finance at University of Louisville, so that's something I enjoy.
Sounds like you're glad baseball worked out, though.
Yeah. I am. I knew at a very young age, like, that was what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I was gonna do whatever it took to pursue that and to reach that goal. So it almost was never really an option not to.
Right.
It was just something that my parents instilled a good work ethic, and I felt like if I put in the work, I could be successful at this level.
That's such a good lesson, because I think whether it's a ball player or whatever it may be, you put the work in, put your mind to it, a lot of times that's going to pay off. It's going to work for you.
Yeah. I mean, baseball is a skill sport, so it's something that, obviously you have to have some athletic ability, but you can teach yourself the right swing. You can teach yourself, how to field a ball. There's a lot of very good athletes that haven't learned or haven't taught themselves a good swing, and
right.
And that's that's one of the most important things, I think, is mechanics, and having good mechanics and solid mechanics that you can repeat.
Well, man, we're glad that it worked out for you back in the big leagues this year. I know it's been
me too.
a good journey, hard work. Appreciate it, man.
All
Thanks
right.
for riding with us today.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for having me.